Ignoring, tucking away, or flat out denying root traumas, childhood traumas, any kind of trauma is the most dangerous thing you can do in this life. But how do you teach somebody to admit that people hurt them, that wounds haven't healed? In fact, that these wounds have left scars that still to this day change them deeply, cause them to be a person that otherwise they would never have had to have been. And that is what we are knee deep in right now. Now, once upon a time on this app, I felt so comfortable. In fact, I did it often. I did it regularly. I felt comfortable coming on this app and asking for very specific prayers for very specific people in my life. But unfortunately, as time has shown over a few years now, I do not feel comfortable doing that, because I have learned the very difficult, very hard lesson over and over and over again in this world. Not everybody's heart is like mine, and not everybody's heart is like yours. So with that, I do need prayers for somebody I love very dearly. I have been in the hospital with them since this morning, and I just came home to take a quick shower to go back. And now for months, after learning the truth of what we need to do, healing our house, I've done multiple videos explaining that you are a multidimensional person and living in a multidimensional realm. You are made in his image, the 7 spirits of Yah. You exist in 7 heavenly realms. These are your generations. Noah was perfect in his. That meant he had no unresolved traumas in his generations, in his versions of him. That's what that meant. I've been trying to teach this very beautiful person this exact lesson now for months. She is the sweetest, most kindest, most apologetic person I've ever known in my life. She will literally apologize to you if you step on her toe, because that's what we do when we have lived through trauma. We apologize all the time, unnecessarily and almost on repeat, as if we need to apologize for anything and everything we are. Some people get to a point where it's almost like they're apologizing for even existing, because that is what trauma does to somebody. It is a residual, leftover, and is a horrible thing that so many people have to live with, but that is what trauma will do. So I need prayers today for somebody I love more than I can explain. They're going to get through this, I know, but until they admit, resolve, and heal those root traumas, those deep traumas, and instead of tucking them away, ignoring them, or even making excuses for them, finally bring them to the surface, stare them in the eyes, feel through it, and look that demon that has been haunting you, taunting you, and laying stumbling blocks before you your entire life in the lower version realms of you. Once you look yourself face to face in the eyes and resolve it and heal it through I love you, I forgive you. And the most important one that so many people overlook, this is the key. Look, that version of you that has been so abandoned, so left in the dark, so forgotten, that part of you that you have been either embarrassed or ashamed, or you just can't get that reminder by facing them of what you've been through. Well, until you heal that, tell them, I forgive you. And then you do the key. You ask them for forgiveness of you. Because ultimately, let's be real, you're the one in the flesh suit. You're the one that, I don't know, maybe like me, stayed in a relationship where I should never have stayed that long. I let him hurt me for far longer than I should have. And that was, well, we all know, times 2. I let 2 men do that to me for far too long. I was the one making the decisions, good or bad. And although, yes, there were times where I could not have controlled what had happened to me, I never healed that part of me, because it was so much easier just to ignore it, push it down, and grow on my own and bathe in the light, leaving them in the dark. So the most important thing is not only telling them I love you, I forgive you, but could you please forgive me? Because ultimately, I'm the one that left that version of me in the dark. I'm here to tell you, in the lowest realm where there is no light, when you leave those versions of you, most often the younger versions of you, alone in that darkness, you have no idea the terrible, the horrible, the gnashing of teeth, the monsters you leave that version of you alone with in the dark. And eventually, that version of you that is petrified of those monsters, give it time, because there's really no other option. Eventually, that version of you will become friends with those monsters. And that's when it becomes hard as hell to heal that part of you and bring it out of the darkness and into the light. Don't let that version of you become friends with the monster because you leave them in the dark for too long. Breathe. Take the light to the lowest versions of you. Face your traumas, your root traumas. And if you can't imagine what they look like, spoiler alert, look in the mirror. The little devil on your shoulder and the angel we've always seen, yeah. The mention of the devil in the Bible explains it all. It is a version of you. Heal it. Because until you do what is within you, when you bring it forth, it will save you. But if you don't, and you don't bring what is within you forth, it will kill you. And what you have within you is the beautiful light. And once you go down and you heal that part of you, or however many, you see, unlike Noah, I was not perfect in all of my generations. In fact, I had traumas I found in each one, targeted since I was young. Oh, I had a lot of work to do. But when your house is unhealed, it looks like a stalk. And kind of like, I hate to use the term, but it looks like a totem pole. And each is in their own realm, and it is up to you every day which realm you're in and who's behind the wheel. But in the 3 lower realms where there is no light, they hate you. They hate the light, and they will do anything to make you stumble, fumble, and fail. But once you heal it, you bring the light down, you see it, you face it, you love it, you forgive it, and most of all, you ask it to forgive you. Those versions of you go from attacking your light, hating your light, laying stumbling blocks before you, to collectively protecting that light so fiercely. Well, and instead of being up and down, now you are out like fruit on branches. And once your root is whole and happy and healed, only then can you produce good fruit and your house be filled with light. If a man's eye be single, only then his house could be filled with light. It doesn't mean, well, it kind of does, but it means something else. It means once every version of you has the same goal, the same love, the same sight. When you all want the same thing, that's when you see eye to eye. And that's when your house is whole and full of light. And that is the answer to it all. Don't worry about what's going on in somebody else's house. Worry about your own. Get your house in order. Heal those root traumas. Because if you keep pushing them down, avoiding them, ignoring them, or making excuses for them, what you have within you, if you don't bring it forth, it will kill you. You have to forgive. You have to let go. You have to heal. Or all of this will be for naught. I have been struggling with how to explain this to you guys for 1.5 years now. And it only took something like happened today for me to finally see how vital it is for a world to know the truth. For if you bring forth what is within you, it will save you. But if you don't, it will kill you. You have to heal. Please heal. Heal your root so you can produce good fruit and your whole house can be filled with light. It's time to let go. It's time to forgive. Truly, wholly, fully, not just surface forgiving, but I'm talking the type of forgiving when you realize at some point you need to thank them because they are the strongest parts of you. They are some of the most beautiful parts of you. And collectively, when you see eye to eye, you are unstoppable. You become the creator of your reality. Synchronicities are so back to back to back. It's as if they lay the stepping stones before you throughout your day to let you know, my child, you're right on track. There you go. This is the truth. And the truth, it shall set you free. All grace and glory be to God. Oh, and how do you take the light? This is the most important part. How do you take the light to the lowest realm where there is none? In the red realm, where their face is all wax pale because there is no light? Well, first you have to understand what the light is. The light is the breath of our Father, and the breath of our Father is the Word. They do not have the truth of the Word. They don't have any of the Ruach. So breathe. Breathe. And when you face that root trauma and all of that pain, collect it, all of it. The more, the better. For you who have gone through a lot in your life, wondering why, it was never punishment. It has always been a part of your purpose. After you've loved, forgiven, and asked for forgiveness, gather it up and turn that darkness, that pain, that hurt, that trauma into light. Scream. I'm talking primal, guttural scream. Take the light to the lower parts of you and turn all of that darkness and pain into light. That is the truth that Yeshua was trying to teach you. And I'm so tired of trying to figure out how to explain it. But today taught me everyone needs to know this truth so that they can heal and their whole house can be filled with light. And as somebody who has done it, seen it, been shown it, learned it, and achieved it, I know now that this was Satan's biggest fear, that we would ever find this out. You are the light of this world, and you and the Father are one. And only until a man's root is whole can he then produce good fruit. Heal your root, all of the traumas. And when you're done, well, shine, baby, shine, baby, shine. I love you so much. But I gotta go make a miracle happen now. Oh, and on that note, nobody's really bothered to ask me, Auntie, how did you do it? How after losing 80% of the function in your trap and 2 inches of motor nerve to cancer, how did you heal? Now you know.